Oh my goodness, Walter.
Come on, show that baby again.
Chubby cheeks.
So cute.
I love it. Hey, Jerry.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Wow, the lighting looks terrible.
It's okay. We don't judge.
Oh, it's funny. But, well, great that it's evening time. I hope everyone has enjoyed the dinner, or maybe not. So how has the first week been?
So far, so good.
I looked through some of the course materials. It seems it's an easy week, just starting, and yeah, I think the first assignment was will be due tomorrow, right?
It's due tonight at midnight, but I don't know if you guys know or not. I'm sorry if I'm spilling the beans, but you all have already posted the solutions.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. The solutions are posted by the instructor.
Okay. Yeah, he had changed the due date from Sunday at midnight to Monday at midnight, but I don't know if I don't think he went in and changed when the solutions get posted. So I don't know, maybe just keep that in mind when you're grading the first round.
Well, good question. But in fact, I'm not grading this specific session's homework.
Okay.
The grading will be done by TA Sally. I will be handling grading for another, that's the FEMBA course.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's essentially the same content. So if you have completed assignment 1, congratulations. There's nothing more to do by the end of today, but if not, yeah, feel free to ask me questions about it. I have graded the assignment for my section because it's due yesterday. It was due yesterday, so I went through student assignments, and they all look pretty good.
Well, all of my questions are on homework assignment 2, so I'll wait and see if others have questions on number 1.
Okay, great.
I have a question on number 1.
Okay.
I submitted it already, but yesterday in class, professor had said like the answer for the first question should be a few paragraphs, but from what I assumed, the way that the question, some of the examples I gave was just listing it. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to resubmit it then and put it in a paragraph format, or what? I don't know what he meant by that exactly.
No, I don't think you need to resubmit. Yeah, as long as you give a thorough thinking on this topic, it'll be fine. Yeah. Does another student have a question?
I'll go since nobody else is gone. I was wondering about the mini exams and the type of questions that will be on there. Should we stick mostly to what's on the slide decks that he provided in the lectures on there? And then will there be like Excel added into that, or is it just based on the content of the lectures? Do you have any idea of what those look like? And can you talk about them a little bit?
Yes, actually, we can go through it together, I believe. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I just checked for this specific section. The mini exams are not posted yet, but in my section, which is a similar content, it includes both multiple choice questions and also short answer questions. So by short answer questions, that means you need to run Excel for yourself, then submit some results. So in terms of what type of questions, it has 2 types.
Okay, great. So we'll perform the functions in Excel and then provide a short answer to that afterwards? Is that what you mean? Or they'll record us doing the functions in Excel?
No recording. You simply need to set up your own worksheet. Use
Oh, and
whatever
then
function.
upload it?
Yeah, use whatever function you think appropriate to solve that problem. Then submit some results. Only the results are necessary. I don't think you need to submit an Excel worksheet.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's helpful.
But when submitting results, make sure that you're specific. In previous experience, I've seen students submitting results with only the solution or the either numerical result as a number or a qualitative result as a statement saying that, oh, the best choice is A, but no context was given. That'd be a problem. So make sure that when submitting results, either for both actually, homework assignments and also mini exams, give enough context. By context, I mean some statistical procedures. So later, as you may have went through the syllabus, know that we will go through hypothesis testing. There are quite a few different steps to do a hypothesis testing. So if the question is to ask for a hypothesis testing, then you would need to go through all the steps. Instead, if a student submitted an answer saying that we reject the hypothesis, but no other context was given, then you will, he or she will lose lots of points because there's no background that we can judge whether there's enough understanding of this topic.
That makes
I hope
sense.
it addresses your question regarding mini exams. And do you know when the next main exam will come?
It's our next class weekend on Saturday before we get started. So he said we'll be doing it online.
Yeah, for this course, my responsibility is the TA sessions. I don't do grading. So I didn't look specifically at the time for main exams. Am I right that this course includes 5 main exams?
I think we
Or
only
3?
have
3.
3.
3, right? Oh,
3.
yeah, I see. Then that's what I saw on the canvas, but it doesn't have the content. So I would assume it's very similar to its equivalents. So
Okay.
that means it includes about 20 questions. And usually the last 2 would be short answer questions where you do need to type a little bit and write some procedures, make some qualitative statements.
That's helpful. Thank you so much, Jerry. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Then I'm also glad that you chose somewhat less work for this course, it seems. I'm not sure why this course has only 3 mini exams, but the other has 5. Maybe
Yeah, we have less
concentrations.
class weekends, I think, is what drives that. Hey, Jerry, can I ask you a couple of questions on homework number for this week number 2?
Okay, you can, but to be honest, I haven't looked into this homework. So what's your question?
Yep, so he is asking us to calculate a frequency distribution in a histogram.
Okay,
And
can you point out, sorry.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Which problem?
Problem 2B.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Yeah, so you said you need to make a histogram.
Yep, in a frequency distribution,
Okay.
but the frequency distribution is off of quantitative data, so we'll have to create bins. I'm not sure, do you know if he requires a certain number of bins, or is it okay to just do like, oh, I don't know, 5 or 6, right? Because we can dictate the ranges for the bins.
Yeah, good question. Let's look at it together. I I found that homework 2 is due on January 16th. So that would be Sunday, right? Yeah, so problem 2, as described, was about monthly adjusted stock prices as well as trading volume for Microsoft between January 2011 and December 2021. Then we, in part B, we are asked to calculate relative monthly changes in the adjusted stock price, okay, and construct both a frequency distribution and a histogram for these monthly changes. So her question was about how many beings we need in the histogram, and the answer is make your own judgment and trust your intuition, because I think you will find either a handout or video when where Professor Apple will be describing about how to make the best charts and visualization, because data visualization is a huge part in our course as well as in professional world. So to decide how many beings we need, it's typically a trial and
Am I looking at the wrong assignment?
Wait, really?
No, I'm asking about this
This
week.
is homework 2.
Oh,
week
I'm
2.
still on homework 1. I apologize.
Oh, sorry. I thought we have went through homework assignment 1 already. But in case you have questions regarding homework 1, then let me know again. So back to homework 2, which will be due by the next Sunday. Then we were just talking about problem 2 in homework 2, where we need to construct a frequency distribution and a histogram. So, a student had a question regarding how many beings we need to make in a histogram. It's as I said, it's a trial and error situation that we would make the chart bring us enough information without confusing the audience.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. And just a quick follow-up question on that. And again, maybe the answer is just use your judgment, but histogram can reflect counts or it can reflect percentage makeup. Do you know if he has a preference?
Good question. Usually histogram is about frequency. So here, I think we are focusing on frequency. So we don't need to transform it into percentage.
Got it. Okay. Thanks. Isad, sorry, you can go back to 1. I just jumped to 2 because I thought, I didn't think anyone had questions on 1.
No problem.
Thanks, Jerry.
In case anyone else has worked on assignment 2, we can also discuss here because it'll be due before our next discussion. Anyone?
Hey, Jerry.
Okay, James.
No,
Talking with
I
me?
was just gonna clarify because I thought they're due Mondays now after the session.
Oh, really? Okay. Has there been change for?
That's what I understood too.
Oh, wait.
He said, I want to give you guys an
That's
opportunity to
why.
ask questions before it's due, so that's your last chance.
Sorry, my mistake. Because I was looking at my the section I need to do grading, which has very similar homework questions. Yeah, so James was right. According to what I saw for this EMBA course, the due dates are on Mondays.
Jerry, are you the one marking the homework assignments?
No, it'll be Saleh.
Sorry?
There's another TA. His name is Saleh Alomari. Let me find out. He's the one who does grading. Saleh Alomari. Yes, I haven't read his last name that much, but
Homework
he's in
assignment.
economics.
And
Yeah, so I do the TA office hours, and he will take over on the grading. So in case that you find any issues or concerns or areas you don't understand about homework after its grading, then feel free to email Sally Alumni. So you can easily find his contact in the homework page. So if you go to homework, home page, I was thinking about homework too much. At the bottom, you will find TA contacts, and this is his email. This is mine. Yeah, and unfortunately, I won't be able to change, update, or do anything about your grades. So if you have any questions regarding grades, ask this guy. His name is LA. Yeah, however, feel free to ask me all kinds of questions regarding homework, because my section that I do grading also use the same set of homework assignments.
So on the this course description, it says that assignment 1 is due today and assignment 2 is due on the 17th. Is that not right?
It's correct. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. I had a different set of due dates because I was looking at the web page for.
So Mallory,
a different
were you
course.
thinking that assignment 2 is due today?
No, I'm just trying to crank through assignment 2.
Oh,
quickly.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So on assignment 1, I just want to clarify, problem 1 is just answering questions. It's not anything to do with the Excel spreadsheet, correct?
Correct.
So the only thing that has to do with the spreadsheet is problem 3 on assignment 1.
Yes, you only need the Excel file for problem 3.
Okay.
Now, Jerry, my question was, if an assignment was submitted, and say, for example, if I submitted my assignment earlier on, and I want to improve on that particular assignment, is it acceptable? Would professor accept that, or would Sally accept that? Or you submit, it's done, you cannot resubmit?
Good question. Do you think, does any of other students know more about the syllabus, about this policy?
I think Tilda, at least in OB, like I think if you want to update it and it's still before the due date, that's fine. I just don't think you can resubmit after the due date. So if you want to go in and adjust some of your answers and resubmit, it will replace the prior file that you put up there, and that will be your final submission.
Well, thank you, Mallory.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, you are allowed a limited resubmission before the due date. So make sure you submit before the deadline. Sometimes I understand that most, if not all of you have work in the day. So in case there's some conflicts, it's best to discuss with Dr. Apple beforehand. Either it's for mini exam rescheduling or homework assignment due date change. I don't think the homework due date can be changed. It never happened before. So make your own arrangement. And my suggestion includes that sometimes it's worth submitting part of the homework assignment instead of being late, because right after the due minute, you won't be able to submit anything. So in case you finished part of the homework, then submit once. Then in the remaining time, make the best so you can complete most of it.
Jerry?
Hello, that's Karen.
It's Karen, yeah. So the due time is at midnight of the day of today? for homework
Let
one?
me take a look so I don't confuse anyone.
Because
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
it
this Karen,
says,
midnight
yes,
night.
you're right.
yeah, because I already see the solutions posted.
Interesting. I don't know why it happened.
Because he changed the due date and he forgot to change the posting.
And I have a look. Where did you find that, Karen?
It's on a module.
Well, not my problem. I think it's best for Saleh because he doesn't really need to look that carefully because most of it would be correct. But in terms of homework, I can summarize some of my feedback, general feedback from previous submissions. Aside from mistakes in doing statistics, what I saw that that has caused some students to lose some points are about writing, which usually had the cases where students would write so much that I would lose track when grading. For example, in future homework questions, you might have questions regarding how well does a model predict or describe a phenomena. Then I've seen students writing that's not specific. By specific or specification, I would mean that the answer would expect something like this, according to the goodness of fit measure, such as R squared, 80% of the variation in the variable is explained. You will learn about similar concepts in the future. But this is somewhat a very specific quantitative statement saying that how much the model, how well the model works. However, I've seen students submitting answers like, oh, the model explained the relationship really well. Then that was it. So that won't be sufficient. So be specific. That means use statistics wherever possible or wherever appropriate, because this is essentially business analytics course. You are expected as the objective of course to describe problems and present solutions in a quantitative way. So that means you should use statistics, maybe more than before. So this is tip one. And tip two is that, use some equations if you think it's useful. I have found some students refuse to use any equations and describe everything verbally. I could understand that in professional reports, usually no one expects to read equations, but in our course assignment, it's quite okay if you use them. And in some cases, it's more efficient to do it in this way. For example, using the hypothesis testing case, usually you could describe the hypothesis verbally, saying that, for example, the average grade of the scores is 3.8 instead of not being 3.8. However, you could simply write an equivalence saying that HO, which means the null hypothesis, with a colon saying that the mean, which is m, equal to 3.8, then it works, or mu equals 3.8, representing the mean value of the grade. That works perfectly for this course.
Jerry,
Hmm?
will the other TA be grading us the same way that you're describing? Because
Yes, every time, once the due time has come, the solution will be made available. So the grading will be done according to the published keys.
I guess I just found it odd that you're RTA, but the other TA grades us and vice versa.
I also find it too. But the problem here is that the university has only limited resources for TA assignment. So in lots of cases, they only appoint 25% for a TA. So which for this course doesn't cover the whole work. I was assigned to be working like 12.5% for this course and 37.5% for another course. Yeah, not ideal for me either. But you know, if the program or the university had allocated more resources in terms of TA, then you probably won't see this situation. Yeah, but the reason is the other TA only had 25% of appointment, so he cannot hold all the tasks for this course for both grading and for TA hours. However, we together worked on a similar course before, so it's a very similar content. So I also understand how he does grading.
Jerry, I have a question for homework too.
Okay.
In problem 1, it's asking us to find the Z-score for a stock price.
Okay.
Do we just choose whatever stock price we want?
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Am I still sharing my screen?
There's 30 stock prices.
I don't think so. Let me see.
It says for Coca-Cola.
Ah,
Right. I think you just found the answer.
thanks, Yuichi.
Hey, Jerry, since you're here, can we jump down to problem number 3 really quickly?
For homework 2, right?
Yep.
Okay.
3B. So I interpret the first part about adjusting for population size in 2 ways. Can you tell me, is this implying how many, basically how many cases and deaths per million? Or is it the percentage of cases and deaths based on the population, right? The way he phrases it, divide each variable by the size of the population in millions, is odd to me. So is that basically another way of saying how many COVID cases and deaths per million in that population?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
All right. I don't think it makes any differences in terms of Z-score. So you ask whether you want an absolute number of the number in a million or a percentage, right? But when you calculate the Z-score, both ways would get you to the same result.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
So am I right that for EMBA program, all of you are full-time workers?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. So,
Yes.
then it's totally perfect if in the office hour you want to eat, you want to drink, or sip some wine. For me, it's totally fine. Since I understand, it seems
Thank
you
you.
just finished a full day of working. Well, on the other hand, I'm trying to get one, so luckily I have some luxury not to enjoy a full day workload all the time. Yeah, I worked as a consultant for an airport analytics firm, and what I did is essentially business analytics. So I had to do lots of statistics and visualization, modeling, predictions. Yeah, so I can see that the course is quite relevant. And in most cases, as I said, it doesn't really need very complicated methods. And definitely, we don't have to use very advanced methods to confuse other people. But in other cases, it's somewhat required to use some advanced methods because that's the only appropriate ones. Yeah, on the other hand, this one is, in my understanding, an introductory level of statistics or business analytics. And I hope it opens a door for you for future learning. Yeah.
Jerry, I think you might have a question there.
Jerry, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, so
next for you, John. So let's see you.
oh, okay. I'm not sure if you already answered this question, but when we make these charts and the homework assignments, do we need to make it pretty, like in the, you know, in the videos that the professor shows, he goes through and makes it kind of visually pleasing? Is that a necessary task that we need to do? And do we also need to label our axes and whatnot?
Good question. Oh yes, for your questions. First, for aesthetics, it's expected. It'll be not that strict saying that you must use this color instead of that color for this diagram, but try to make it appealing as if you were writing or presenting a report to your client. And in terms of the elements of the charts, yeah, let me take a look at my previous grading so I can get some feedbacks and comments I made before.
So there is a grading rubric for this assignments?
Well, as I said, there will be answer keys. So that's like published in the modules. Once the homework is due, you will find the solutions published on Canvas in the modules tab. So over there, and you will find a good examples of the charts. But since it won't be published until the due time of homework too, so I can describe some elements that's expected for a chart. For example, in a histogram requested in homework 2, question 2, you should consider adding or editing the chart title, the labels of both axes, the y-axis and x-axis, adjusting the beam width and the legends. There are a few different sub questions in homework 2 that request such diagrams, I believe. So the target is that we need to make sure the plot is understandable and not misleading for readers. So as I said, assuming that you're presenting a report to your client, then the only information that's reviewed is on your homework assignment. Then you can arrange and select the elements to add or to remove based on this. You should also consider adjusting the size of the plot and the elements and arrange it with the text. So the plot is ready for readers. And you can also examine whether your plot is created correctly by checking individual elements. That means, yeah, so one case, in previous examples, we worked on a question regarding, yeah, it was also about COVID, the mortality rates, I believe. So you can read the cell values and compare it with the chart to see whether that's actually the chart you wanted. In Excel, the good thing is that lots of times it presents you some automatic selection of charts. However, it's not always the correct one you want. And in terms of making the default or intended charts, there are usually a few options you can choose. And each of them are constructed differently. So once you selected one of the options as a default setup, sometimes you need to adjust it so it presents the correct information. So for example, by reading the cell values, you can find whether there are any countries in the Excel worksheet with mortality rates between, say, 4% to 7%. If there's no countries with this mortality rate, but somehow in your histogram, you find a thing with non-zero value in this range, then it's incorrect. So the reason for this error might be that when you set up the histogram chart, the beam width was not selected correctly. And the labels are misleading. So the beams might be labeled by the sequential number from, say, 1 to 12, but it doesn't mean mortality rates 1% to 12%. So you need to be careful in this. So these are some elements that's expected for chart making. This address said Rishi's question?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. So, sorry, one last question. So when we start doing these graphs, we always need to check the data and review the data. Is that correct?
It's a good practice.
Okay.
Yeah. When doing business analytics, I won't say like a lot, but sometimes professionals actually would skip this seemingly straightforward and easy, but very necessary step. That's to preliminary assess the data before going into any deeper analysis. For example, in my recent interview, where I got a question, actually an example project, basically. It was for a real estate company, so they were doing the advertisement campaigns. So there are multiple marketing channels. They want to assess which of them are more powerful in terms of converting their audience to users. And they intentionally, that's my interpretation, embedded some fake data in it. So what I found is that one account somehow generated 2,400 different touch points. A touch point is kind of an event in their database with this firm, but it doesn't make sense. So of course, this is some machine generated data. It's just to detect whether any of their interviewees would notice this type of cases. And so this is somewhat relevant before you do any statistical analysis or hypothesis testing or regression models. Make sure that you look at data preliminary or descriptively first. So this is why in first homework, we had question 3. That's about picking some cases where you find abnormal data. And it seems most students did really well in my section, and I hope you also do so.
So how do you find abnormal data?
Good question. That's as said.
Yes.
Multiple ways. One way is for example, for this homework 1, question 3. What I found the simplest method is to order the data. So in Excel, you'll find this order or sort function next to replace or find. I think most of you should be familiar with this function.
Yeah. So if I was to click on the filter button on the first column, right, and make all the headers with the ascend descend, would that be a way to do it where I click on it for ascending or descending and see if it's actually numerical data or not numerical data? Would that be a way of doing it?
Oh, to check whether it's numerical or not?
Correct.
Yeah, you could do so. I haven't found this to be necessary for this specific homework, though.
Okay, maybe I'm overthinking this.
Yeah, but you had a good practice to detect the type of data, which sometimes can be useful when you do Excel. But in some other programs, I don't think it's possible that you mistake a column of data between a character or numerical data.
What was the example that you were going to use?
Example I'm going to use for what? Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
What example would you use, or what format would you use to see if you had incorrect data or mistaken data?
Oh, good question. So for this homework 1, it's quite sufficient to use this sort function. For my own data analysis projects, I usually work in R, which is also another quite popular statistical package. I use quite a lot of descriptive functions and analysis to do this task for me. So for example, in the case I just raised earlier, when in a database, some data are generated at a machine, which is fake, that has lots of entries, but it's not, that it's not in a real account by the sheer number of events from this. How I detected that was simply making a not really histogram, but frequency table. So that I found that there are some cases where the number of events exceeded like 20, and they're all from the same account. And it doesn't seem right that I didn't believe normally an individual interested in buying real estate would somehow generated thousands of events with the firm. So that's how I detect this problem. However, there are other problems that I detect in other ways by, for example, by doing cross-tabulation. I'm not sure whether any of you have heard of this term, cross-tabulation. It's no different than simply make a table of 2 variables. For example, we can cross-tabulate our course grade by by say age. So we could have one group in their 20s, another in their 30s, and another in their 40s. Then we can assess the number of people in the bin of grade A, grade B, grade C, grade D. So we have 3 age groups and 4 grade groups. Then we can make a table of these 2 variables. So in my case, what I detect was that the marketing channels, which is something like Facebook ad or what are other things? Or the SEM, which is the search engine marketing, and the SEO, search engine optimization. So there are 6 marketing channels in total. Then I made a cross tabulation, and I found that one of the cell has a intersection by 2 variables, has 0 count. And I immediately found that there was an error in coding. So some of the marketing channels are just mistakenly coded to another category. So that's how I detect such problems.
So not to answer the question, or I don't want you to answer a question, but if there was hours per week watching television and it was negative, that would be a mistake, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Correct. And as there was, yeah, very on the point that in terms of this type of error, it could be made by, during data entry, that someone mistakenly input a negative, or it could be generated in many other ways. And in terms of this type of data, what to do with that, there's another whole area in this field that's called missing data analysis. So in most cases, people would believe that missing data, we just treat them as no information, we discard them. But in other areas, there's actually some analysis we could do with, even with missing data.
Jerry, I have not started week 2 assignments. However, what resource would you consider to be apart from what the professor has, to help an individual like me to be able to do the homework assignments, say like in assignment number 2?
Okay, so that's
where should I go if I need help? Because the earliest, I mean, apart from meeting with you next Monday, when it is just about to be handed in, when can I, what else, what is a resource that one can use to at least help with the homework between now and Monday?
Okay, great question. Did you know that there's an e-learning specialist for this course? Does it ring a bell to anyone?
An e-what?
There's an e-learning specialist for this course.
No, I didn't know.
Let me help find it. Okay, I think I'm still sharing my screen. Oh, why is it so slow? Huh.
Did we lose Jerry?
Seems like it.
Oh, hello. I guess the internet was just so bad on campus at this moment. I was trying to find this email for you, so you know who he is. Are you still with me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Ah, I don't understand why I simply could not find an email. Let me see. Oh, it should be this one. Learning experience designer. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Maybe not this guy. Okay, how about this? Let me get back to you. So it didn't seem to be the same person as what I thought. So there are learning specialists that can help you with the technology and some functions and some homework expectation. And if you specifically have questions regarding writing, then there's also the graduate student resource center you can use to check up on your writing.
I am specifically asking about this particular course. Like you said, there's an e-learning specialist for this course. So that's what you're going to email me back on?
I need to find it out. I thought they would email you in the beginning of the course. And that's what I remember previously. I received an email saying that, I am the e-learning specialist for this course. If you had problems with technologies and other sorts of things, contact me. And students also received such emails. So I'm not sure whether maybe this quarter they expected a on-campus situation, so they didn't plan this ahead of time. But if you have questions regarding homework assignments, so one way you could do so is use this TA office hour. And another is that you can also email the professor asking specific questions. And he also encouraged students to use this discussion board here on Canvas. You go to discussions, then you can post a question saying that, for example, in homework 2, did this question ask for A instead of B, or it actually means for C? So you could ask questions here. Then the professor can specify what the answer should be. So did this address your question, Tilda?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what is available. I mean, what the specialist is, because in my case, Excel is not my cup of tea. It's just the beginning of, I'm just starting. I've done the MBA math, but still doesn't come as easily as it would. So definitely, I might need more help than anybody else.
Sure. So I understand. So have you gone through the, oh, wait, I was trying to show the shared screen. So as I said earlier, we can use this discussion board to post questions. And in terms of help with Excel, then we go to modules. In the starting point, there's a boot camp, I believe. Can someone help me find where that lays out? Okay, actually here, sorry. In the Google Docs and Files tab, you will find lots of resources for Excel workshop. So if we come here, Excel bootcamp files, Professor Apple has prepared 2 documents. But I think specifically we need to use this one, Excel for Business Analytics. I think some of you might have found the links in some other pages on Canvas. This is a almost 300-page document. It's very specific and includes lots of details. However, you don't need to go through every page before you do any homework. When you have questions, you can always look into some parts. For example, the first part is to introduce you some interface terminology and basic operations that I would assume most of you would know at least some of it. So you don't need to spend lots of time on this. However, not everyone is quite familiar with all the formulas and functions in Excel. So you may need to spend some time familiarizing yourself with some of the basic formulas. And it also covers basic data analysis, data visualization, advanced analysis, which means pivot tables, which is quite useful when doing, for example, the cross tabulation I described earlier, and advanced analysis with this program solver programming, basically. And you can also write VBA, which is programming language for Excel. I used it a little bit, and I don't like it myself. I use R if I need to write any script. And there are also appendix you can use. As I said, you can actually find most of the solutions and instructions here. I also know that it's a very long book, so you don't want to read the whole thing before doing the homework. So I would use it as a reference book. So when I had questions regarding, for example, formula, then you can use a search bar to find, oh, what I can do with the formula, what it means by formula tab, and some formulas, how I can use it as Excel options. Then I can go to this specific pages to find everything I need to know about formulas. If you need help in Excel.
Thank you.
All right, our TA hour is almost over. Any further questions?
Thank you, Jerry.
Oh,
Thank
no
you,
problem.
Jerry.
Have a great night. And
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Jerry.
you.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you. Hello, Donna, David, and Asad. Nice to hear.
I see
Any
you.
questions?
I'm just having trouble finding the fifth.
I'm good. Thank you so
mistake.
much.
Oh, you were saying you were looking for the fifth what?
I'm having trouble finding the fifth mistake in,
Oh,
in problem 3.
okay. You could look through all the variables.
I went through all the variables, and then I even did a formula. Can I share my screen with you just to show you what I'm doing
Okay.
without you answering?
No problem.
Go
ahead.
How do I share my screen?
Do you find a button?
Oh,
How
share
about-
screen. There it is.
Oh, okay. Then it's good.
Oh, it's disabled. You have to enable it.
Wait. I haven't come across this situation before. How can I do so?
Maybe you click on my. Maybe you click on my picture with the
Let's
3
see.
dots.
Multiple participants can share simultaneously. Okay. I clicked this button and I believe you should be able to share.
Oh yes, thank you.
Okay.
Maybe it's not allowing me to. Can you see it now?
No, I'm not seeing your share. Oh wait, is it? No, I'm not seeing your shared screen yet. Advanced option.
It's not allowing me to.
I think I allowed it.
You did, but now it's telling me to go into my preferences.
For that part, I don't understand. I clicked the button saying that multiple participants can share simultaneously, and I thought this should enable you to share your screen. I'm not sure what other
It's okay.
setting I could use. I don't think
It's all right. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you should be good. It's not intended to be that tricky.
Yeah, I clicked on, I did the sorts, and I found where there was a blank. I found where there was a negative. I found where the education years was older than a normal person would be old enough. I'm just having a hard time finding the fifth one.
I think you have found 4 types, right? And
Yeah,
there might be another one of the
it says I
same
planted
type.
5 fairly obvious mistakes. I just don't see how. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, there are repeated types of.
Oh, there's a repeated type?
Yeah, so you don't have to find 5 exact different types. There could be repeated cases of the same type.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for this. I'll see you next week, okay?
Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.